we'll get started on our public hearing. The public hearing today is for Monday, June 9th, 2025. And we are at the City of Trail Council Committee Room. And you can also join the Zoom meeting by clicking on the link that is on the agenda. So I'd like to call this meeting to order. And before we get started, there is a statement that I have to read out regarding the bylaw number 2957. This public hearing is being convened pursuant to section 464 of the Local Government Act to consider an amendment to zoning bylaw number 2957. Zoning amendment bylaw number 2957, if adopted, would change the zoning for the property at 490 Osted Lane from small lot residential zone R3 to a small lot residential zone R3A to allow for short-term rental accommodations to be operated on the property. At this hearing, any person who believes that his or her interest is affected by the proposed bylaw shall be given the opportunity to be heard on matters contained in the bylaw. No one should feel discouraged to speak, nor will any person be prevented from making their views known. However, it is important that all who speak at this hearing restrict their remarks to matters contained in the bylaw. It is my responsibility as chair of this meeting to ensure that all remarks are so restricted. Those who wish to speak concerning the proposed bylaw should address council by clearly stating their name and municipality of residence, and therefore thereafter proceed to provide their views concerning the proposed bylaw. Members of councils may, if they wish, ask questions following your presentation. Please allow for the main function of council members this evening to listen to the views of the public. Please remember that it is not the function of council at this hearing to debate the merits of the proposed bylaw with individual citizens or with each other. Regardless of whether you favor or oppose a particular application or argument, please refrain from applause or other expressions of emotion, as these will not be tolerated. Restraint enables all views to be heard and in a impartial of a forum as possible. I will remind council that you are prevented by law from hearing any further submissions on the proposed bylaw amendment once the public hearing is closed. So thanks for your patience and cooperation. Now let's proceed with the hearing. So the confirmation of the statutory notice requirements, and that is the bylaw 2957 advertising. And Ms. Lucchini, oh, okay, thank you, Ms. Butler.
Thank you, through the chair. The required statutory advertisements were placed in the Trail Times for the May 29th and June 5th editions, and also residents within 50 meters of the proposed residence have been notified of the public hearing.
Okay, so we'll move on to the proponent presentation of the bylaw. And that would be Mr. Turcotte. You wanted to take an opportunity to address council?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mayor and Council. The opportunity to speak tonight. I just had surgery on Friday, so my voice is a little rough. My name is Jeff Turcotte, and my wife, Sarah Timmons, and I are the owners of the address, the proposed 490 Ostad Lane. We understand and appreciate the intent behind the province's new legislation. Affordable housing and responsible tenancy are issues that matter deeply to us as well. However, we believe our situation is unique and warrants special consideration. Our home is a traditional side-by-side duplex with no soundproofing between the units. While it functions well as a short-term accommodation, where guests just come and go often for a few days, it would be highly problematic to as a long-term rental. The noise transfer is significant. My wife and I live on the other side of the property of the house as well. Ongoing challenges for both the tenants and ourselves. We've explored options, but retrofitting adequate soundproofing is simply not feasible. Additionally, myself and my wife, we have elderly parents. Their health has been declining. We anticipate the real possibility that one or both of them might need to move in with us in the future. Having the flexibility to use our space for family caregiving, even for extended periods, is extremely important to us. Turning this into a long-term rental will eliminate that flexibility. We also use the space as a guest suite for visiting family and close friends. In addition, we take pride in maintaining. In addition, we take pride to maintaining a quiet, respectful, and clean air that has never caused issues for the neighbors. In fact, many of our guests support local restaurants and businesses, contributing positively to the community. Thank you again for your time and considering our unique situation.
Okay, thank you. So, does council have any questions for Mr. Council Benson?
Question maybe for staff though. So I understand this is a duplex, so it wouldn't count as a secondary. Would it count as a secondary suite?
Yes,
This
does.
So it would, okay. Thank you.
And your worship, so just, number 5 on the agenda.
Mhm.
Do you want me to speak to?
Sure, please.
Just so that council is aware, we have not received, any correspondence or emails, regarding this. Zoning amendment.
Okay, and I see no one else from the public here wanting to speak on this. Is
We-
there anyone online?
We have 2 people online.
Okay,
For those who are online, if you have any questions or comments towards this public hearing, please raise your hand now. Seeing none.
okay, for the second time, I will ask if there's any other person that wants to present. Is there any other questions for the public hearing? Okay. For the third and final time, is there any other questions for this bylaw for the public hearing tonight? No? Okay, well, thank you, Jeff, for being here tonight, and we'll take this information and report on it probably at the next meeting in June, the 23rd. Yeah.
Actually, there is an opportunity for council to consider further readings of the bylaw later tonight.
Oh, okay, yes, right. In the regular meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, so I guess that closes the public hearing.